right. We are back with another episode of Knicks Morning Coffee. I am Joe Cool with my partner, Mr. King.
Yep.
How y'all feeling? How you feeling?
Good. I mean, last night's game could have been way better. I guess we'll get into it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Welcome back. We a day late, but not a dollar short. Yeah, so we're going to start off the review of last night's game. I feel like a couple of these losses that we've been having, ain't like we playing bad. It's just, a couple of things. You want to start?
I mean, if I start, I almost got to go right till the end, but I'll save that. But I'm looking at that's a self-inflicted loss, and that loss to me is comes on the heels of coaching and even Jalen Brunson. As our captain, our leader, and our floor general, the end of the game, those last 5 to 6 minutes, they should have been more calculated. Because you can't run and gun with a young team. You got to put them in a position, which we did, have to make choices down the stretch. And we ain't do that,
No, I agree with you on the coaching thing, but I don't know about the Brunson thing. I mean, you're going to get the blame if you lose, and you're going to get the blame if you win, no matter what. But we couldn't get, they was tired, but that got to do something with the coaching.
Right.
Any of them wasn't tired. That just, I think it all falls on coaching at the end of the day with that.
Look, they got to take it on the chin, because it was times within them 3-4 minute stretches where when we came back and down by 1, down by 3, and we wasn't calculating where our points had to come from. Like, we just shouldn't have been the ill-advised shots on some of them between Brunson and Deuce. To me, it hurt us, because you have to come down and figure out. Because if we went ahead by 2 or 3 in them closing minutes, that would have been it. It would have sealed the deal, because Houston would have been too young to have to be able to adjust. Even though they were hoisting up threes that was going in, they wouldn't have been able to think, on their feet to adjust. And we didn't come down and say, okay, maybe I'll bring Kyle Bridges off a curl, or maybe I'll pin Cat way down low on the block, being the biggest person out there. Things like that to get that shot that we need, that we could count on. And we didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this though before when I first was watching it, I know when I asked the homies, I said the game on tonight, we said the team, and they was like, oh, they ain't really got nobody. Then when I'm looking at that team, last year those players was making noise. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like they ain't got nobody. So my first note was the center position. But I don't know how to say that dude named Shun, whatever his name is. Yeah. They got him and the dude. So I've been saying this from the start, and I'm gonna keep saying this. This is a front office thing. I was worried about that center position. You know what I mean? Like that, they just scoring at will in the paint. These young guys that they got on that team, they're gonna get to the paint, but it's a matter of what we're gonna do to stop it. And that center, Towns can't do nothing with that. And even if Towns did do some good defensive things, but there's nothing he could have did for him. Towns ain't been playing center for what, a year and a half, 2 years? That was my concern when we got Towns. And Mitch is not coming back. And we didn't sign Hartenstein. And we got Jericho Sims. I'll get into Jericho later, but that center position, Tibbs gotta change that. I don't care what nobody says.
I mean, you gotta roll with Towns right now, just based off of he's our only big man in a sense. And then you look at that's major minutes like that. That's really a part of the offensive defensive schemes. Now, if he had Precious last night, Precious would have been able to guard him a little bit more, because he had the same move going, other than the same son, whatever you say his name. Other than a couple of the jump shots, it was the short hook. And when Towns got in foul trouble, he almost had to concede that, which he should have been better. But Precious would have been able to put more pressure on their center. That at least would have made it more difficult, because all it was just like a little sweeping hook. It was nothing fancy that he was doing, and he was hitting it.
Yeah. But we got a rookie center that we just signed that 2-year deal. We'll get into that later too, but you got one. Just playing.
But it's
every other team's gonna do it. This is not the same NBA that we played for the past 3 years. Last year, there's an in-season tournament. These teams are trying to win or trying to get a good record early. This is not no play. They not playing with the Knicks this year. Knicks is known to be physical last year. They not playing with the Knicks, so you can't lose again. This was a game. Now that I'm looking at them as like on paper, these players, just though they're young, these is good players. These ain't like bad players.
Got good players.
Yeah, so you knew what they was gonna do. You knew they was gonna play you physical. Matter of fact, the way I knew they was gonna play physical, Dylan Brooks guarded Cat and Brunson, so he guarded the best player on the court at all times. So Tibbs, you ain't adjust to that. And this is why I say the center position. There's no way Dylan Brooks should be able to guard Karl Anthony Towns.
There was no way that Sunja, whatever, should have been able to guard Towns. Because remember we talked before about Towns need a quick strike. He was by far the biggest person on the court. So you got to be able to come down and you got to be able to have a 1-2 move real quick. Sometimes you can't wait sometimes for the pounding. Sometimes you got to be able to go down there and take that little man and just take him to the basket. However you get your point off. But we just can't always sit down there and you pounding, letting them push you out of the paint. That shit would be
Towns on Dylan Brooks, right?
No, Towns, but Towns on both. The other guy's only like 6'10". Sons, yeah.
No,
so
he's
not that big. Towns tower over him. But Towns tower over him.
No,
so you should be able to come down and get your move.
I don't think he did.
But I
looked at tall. He looked taller than Towns.
Nah, he ain't taller than Towns.
And even if he wasn't, why is Dylan Brooks guarding him?
But that's not why the OG guard this center. People do that.
I'm talking about he had no choice because that's they on defense. That didn't make no sense.
But that was on that. Yeah, but that's on Towns though. That's on
yeah, but
you did that for foul trouble for on our side. But that's on you as the offensive player.
And then when Towns was out,
energy.
But when Towns was out, Dylan Brooks was on Brunson.
That don't even. They didn't stop us. See, you said the physicality. The Knicks didn't go in knowing that Houston would be physical. But we went in knowing that they're going to keep coming.
It don't matter.
Because that's Ime Udoka. That's his forte. And they were hot last night. But I knew we would get back in the game, even at the way the game was going. I said, okay, going to the fourth quarter, I was like, okay, we're going to win by 3. Because now the little things that we do, like in the first half, when we got back in the game, and I said this a few weeks ago, we can't be lackadaisical the way we play the game. We got to come out with purpose and force every time we play. When we do that, teams don't know what to do with us. Same way we close the first quarter. Right, but when we out there knowing that we got a lot of nice pieces, we still got to get out there and put that force behind all that talent that we got.
Yeah, but even in saying that, the force from the other players like Hart and all that, they're going to do it. OG, even Bridges, they're going to put bodies on them. The problem is when the other players that's good, when they get to the hole, there's nothing we can do with them.
I agree with that.
I'm talking about, it looks crazy when you're watching the game. There's little stuff. At little moments that, like, Sims is lost out there. They need to sit him.
Yeah, but everybody, our whole front line, in terms of the three guys that play center for us this year so far, everybody is walking up down the lane between Cat, Porty, and Sims.
Yeah, but you need a fighting chance.
Right, we need a fighting chance. So what are we doing on defense to combat that? We have to move that defensive player up with that man. We backpedaling and let the helper help the other guy. That's how we combat that. We giving them an easy shot to the bucket by backpedaling. Meet that guy coming down the lane. The ball is the most important thing. And that backside man, when you go to help out, somebody's got to help your man. And we say before, put that onus on the coaches. Put it on the coach. Like, what is the game plan that everybody's backpedaling? Cat's backpedaling. Sims is backpedaling. Porty is backpedaling. We're not stepping up to the guy, rather it's our man or the guy driving to the basket in the help position. We're not stepping up to meet the ball.
They probably in the room, like, why are they scoring in the paint so much? So now they probably thinking backpedal to get to the paint, but then they can't run up.
They scoring because we backpedal.
That's what I'm saying, but that's probably what it is. I don't know, but
Mitch have an instinct.
It look crazy.
Yeah, but when you don't have Mitch have a defensive instinct, and even Precious has that. In the help position, they know when to come. See, our guys coming is indecisive how we planning to step into the lane and challenge the shot. We wait until they're already in motion, and with the way the floater game is now in the NBA, you can't wait. You got to make a decision on that play, or you just got to make sure that the guy in front of him don't get beat. And our guys are getting beat for them to be able to get into the lane. It's happening too much, and it's a wrinkle that could be worked out. And not even just with help on the way. It's a wrinkle that got to be worked out. But what if Precious has a setback? Like, what if? So the Knicks, our guards not really keeping people in front of them.
I'm talking about what if Precious did have a setback? He's not playing.
No, I'm talking about sometimes when you think that help is coming, you kind of like, okay, just going to go on for a couple games and then we finish.
I think maybe with Hartford instead of Sam, they'll think twice before they'll hesitate before they even go in the paint anyway. So backpedaling, not backpedaling. What Sims do, it just doesn't work. Like, it's not with Cat. He's so into the league that whatever he do, what Hart do and OG do, is not contagious with him. I see it already on defense. That's just not his forte. So now I see why when they say, oh, he don't play great defense, he play enough because he's getting
adequate. I mean, he plays adequate
defense, but he's not doing nothing to make a person want to change his shot. There's no way he should be able to hit that like that at that high rate. That little jump hook. That's what made it seem like he was taller than Cat, because he's just talented.
No, anytime you shoot a jump hook, you out. Your arm is out.
And then Jericho,
that's the hardest shot to block.
Jericho just out there fighting for his life just to keep the contract, but
no, not necessarily. I mean, Jericho, he's rebounding at a high clip for us. I mean, I got it.
He getting rebound that you have to get that rebound if it bounce your way.
Nah, he's going up high for the rebounds. But I'm looking at the offensive side. Because even when we put in Huckporty, as much as we like him,
we ain't put him in.
No, but I mean, it ain't. Even when we put him in, it ain't like it's not like it's helping us. They coming down on lane on him. They scoring just as easy on him as they are in Jericho.
I don't agree, because that last time we put him in for that small clip that we seen him, if he gets that dunk off and it's not an offensive, it just looks totally different with him on the court than Jericho. It just feels
because he moves around the offensive end better. That's
but defensive end, same. Yeah, but that's a whole team issue on why they get into the paint like that. Yeah, of course he's not. If these big men are shooting out there, he can't stay in the paint. So I get that too. But he is reacting better and altering shots better than Jericho. It's the little things. So that's a coaching thing that just put him in. Same thing. All right. Tyler Kolek, he came in, he hit a shot. McBride can't hit nothing. Campaign is out, so just play him. Like, why?
Tyler Kolek, I mean, I don't think he would have made the difference though last night.
I'm talking about, but we won't know because he shows that he could possibly do it. Leave him out there a little bit longer. Leave him out there with Brunson. Why are we waiting for somebody to get hurt for you now to get him some runs? If he was doing good and he ain't do nothing wrong, them just playing.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think he wasn't the difference. Even when he came in, he hit that three, he made a nice pass, but it was times out there it seemed like he wasn't even out there.
I'm talking about, but it's gonna seem like that when you're a rookie, you just come into the game and you ain't playing with him. Yeah, all right, but I'm just playing. That's all I'm saying. We losing because you not making an adjustment. The only adjustment you can make is playing them. That's it. There's nobody else you could have played.
Nah, that's not the only adjustment you can make.
I'm talking about with the
adjustment in the way that we playing, the way that we attacking the game on the defensive end, even on offense, the adjustment that he could make on offense. We more than capable of a team like that of putting them away because they're not gonna stop coming.
Offense just look like
they got nothing to lose.
If offense, if everybody not hitting their shots, you probably just need a pecking order or call somebody number. That's the only.
But that's what we were saying before. Yeah. We got to come down as a coaching staff and as the leaders on the team offensively. We got to come down at certain times when the game, there's a certain time in the game when it turns from checkers to chess. And then when it turns to chess for them few minutes at a time, then we got to make the right play. We got to come down and say, okay, this is working. Like, for instance, Mikal Bridges. His deep ball was working. OG, his corner ball was working. He was 4 for 4 in the first half. Like, why are we exploiting that?
Yeah, and for it to keep working, Brunson has to keep putting them on their heels in the paint, getting to the basket to free them up to keep shooting. So, in that case, Brunson would have to be a little bit selfish to even get them shots to where they don't even got to move. You just did just to pull the shot. I think we get into this thing where with them is they know they can score, so they won't shoot first, or they know the other person can score, or they're looking to pass second. Like their first two thoughts in their head, I think is pass or make a play. I don't know, but that's what it look like out there. It look like we can do so much that we doing too much.
Because everybody's trying to
And no, it ain't bad. When I'm saying these is like these are like little adjustments, I think that win the game easier than doing what they doing.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's far too much for me. But them little things on the Knicks end, like the coaching staff, they got to make them changes because them players look like they're capable of doing it. Don't wait too long to start putting them in on the end of the year or when it starts collapsing. And
Well,
crazy.
I know Tiz probably feel that in the sense with them young guys that they not affecting the outcome because we still got to gel, and I want to see them play too, but we still got to gel our new unit. You know, with Cat is a big major piece. You can almost say,
but it ain't like you can
even almost say he's right. Like he's the number one option. Even though Brunson is our guy, Cat seems to be a primary option. Then it looks like it's Brunson. But then sometimes the Knicks are going to have to pick a pecking order just to get the balance of the team right.
I think it's just working out that way because you got to get him rolling. They want him to score. They want him to do good. And he's rising up to the occasion.
And he knows how to command the ball.
So in that case, yeah, they got to be a 1-2 punch. Remember, they got to probably get away from the Villanova thing and do the 1-2 punch. And
I think we've done that.
They starting to do that. Only been this the 5th game? Yeah, so they starting to do that. So we can't see, and this is my issue. They need to just do this right now.
Well, it's got to click. They got it's going to take time to gel.
Yeah, now that we talking, and when we get into other stuff, now I can see why they would do certain things they would do later on. But
yeah, but it's going to take time for. We want it right now because of what we left off in the season. And had we came back with the same squad, then there would have been no excuses.
Right.
But when you put in a piece like Cat, and then you bring in Mikal Bridges, it's like it's just going to take time. It's just that when you run into teams like Houston or you run into, then try to just go with what you know and just get them W's. And then you go back to the drawing board. But sometimes you got to go off script, you know. And we didn't even play bad. Like we had a good shooting. We just didn't meet their force with our force because they was not gonna stop coming. And then that's just indicative of how their coach is. Emily Doka don't stop. They going like they said they went from 21 season to a 41-win season with Emily Doka last year. So they're gonna be one of them teams. They're never gonna be there in the end right now, but they're gonna play you every time.
Yeah, it just
and they were hot.
Yeah, they was hot, but them little things you gotta change. And Dylan Brooke, one of them annoying players that I just don't like him. There's no way he should be guarding our best players.
Well, he guards everybody's best players.
Yeah, but when on the Knicks, get in his head now. Don't let him.
Just dominate.
It seemed like we did because he was quiet. He's 6'6", but he's annoying.
Yeah,
but you could tell in the beginning of the game, he set the tone with them in the beginning of the game with his facial expressions and pushing people out the way and all that kind of stuff. And somebody got to get on him and knock him on him, like
we knocked him down. We knocked him down,
right? And force the refs to now to go on calling it loosely, to calling it more tight because they wasn't calling everything, which was good. But now it took Dylan knock him on his butt, and now let's play the game. Get that momentum going. The defense on the inside, how we said it's supposed to go. I don't know. They needed to make them adjustments, put that center in. Speaking of the center, they signed rookie Ariel Hackenport, and they signed the guy Matt Ryan. Whatever his name is, man. Hackenport. Hey, he need to play. Let that man play. All right?
Yeah, I like
Matt Ryan to a 2-year deal, which we probably could have used him too for shooting.
Well, he gonna get now we able to once we
wasn't gonna play Tyler. You put him in the game and let him shoot.
Was he? I don't think he was on the bench last night, right?
Nah, he wasn't.
Well, he'll be in the next couple of games. He'll be out there, and we need that. We're gonna need that guy that just spreads the floor, and that's even though he can do more than shoot, that's what he's gonna be out there to do.
Right.
Hopefully, remember Fournier's supposed to be doing that. Just shoot the ball. We don't need you putting it on the floor.
Right.
Shoot the ball if you don't got it, move it. Even though he can do other things, we just need a long sniper.
You know what's crazy?
Because we got one thing. Well, I'm gonna say it quick. That one thing we didn't lose with DiVincenzo, which people thought was the cutters. Now everybody's back. You remember the last game? Everybody's backdooring cut. Not against Houston, but who we played before. The whole team, all 4 guys are backdooring, which now making Cat look good 7 to 8 assists. So we ain't lose nothing there. So we got a long guy that's going to stay out there and shoot, and they know he's going to be out there. Now it's going to be even harder to guard us in the moments.
Right.
But I like the move of that management did and making these maneuvers. It shows that we active, we proactive, and trying to get better for the end of the season.
Yeah, but if you proactively signing 2-year deals, then that means they proactively need to be playing.
Well, we'll see. We're gonna see. You got to convince Tibbs. Management can do what they want, but even though Tibbs did for Matt Ryan, it seemed like Tibbs gave a positive review of what's getting him or critique.
Right.
But now, are you going to put him in the game? That's the thing.
Right. Because if you don't put him in the game, as the rumors show, Giannis Antetokounmpo is part of the trade rumors. Now, though I don't want to break up the team, I can see what they're trying to do if they're trying to do that. Now talking in this conversation, I don't know how they would do it and who they would trade. But now talking, this is what's going to happen if Tibbs don't start playing these guys.
Well, I seen several different,
and I like Giannis.
I seen several different scenarios about this Giannis thing, which to me is even just sounding crazy, even bringing it up at this juncture. Because one was, according to Stephen A. Smith, if signing Mikal Bridges was going to affect the Giannis trade, he said that would have been crazy. As far as like, why would we do that? But I don't think that was it. I'm more inclined to think that the one with signing Cat took away that, because you can't keep waiting for whatever Milwaukee gonna do. Now, if you try to go get him and you try to keep both of them, because there was also a talk on one of the news stations that they may try to use Cat later on in the trade, which would be also crazy. Because you're talking about the Greek Freak, where would he fit in? Because if you're going to get him, then you got to surround him with real shooters. Because where would he fit in with Jalen Brunson and the team that we had? Even if you had to move Cat or keep Cat, his game don't translate no more for what we're trying to do. That's why it's just insane to even bring up these players. If you could have got him in the summertime, that would have been different, because that's a team you could have altered. But now that you waited, he does not fit the long-term plan to me of what the Knicks are trying to do. We don't even got the players that support his game.
I mean, in my head, it could work.
How? Tell me how.
Please. Talking about not the old flying down the court, but if he's playing center and he just manhandling the centers down there, and Cat can now do what he want to do, or vice versa.
What?
I think that's hard for a center and a power forward to guard. I mean, if that was the case. So I don't know.
So why would Giannis come to us to do that when he never did that in his career?
I'm talking about, hey, listen. A lot of players come to the Knicks and seem like they ain't doing what they was doing with their last team. Like what you hired him for.
Well, Cat's doing that. I mean,
I'm talking about Cat doing it, but Cat also wasn't playing center for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
So now I don't know what Carl Anthony Towns' best years was, but if his best years was the last 2 years with Anthony Edwards, he wasn't playing center like that.
Those are his best years. Those are the best years his team did. Of course, he had better years. Cat is a center. When you get away from that, and you got somebody else going to get the rebounds and blocks, and you don't have to worry about it. That's a mentality.
Man, listen,
that's just a mentality.
If we playing Jericho, I don't see why we playing Jericho, but let's just say we playing Jericho. Last week or last show, we said maybe they shopping him. Now you telling me that these guards is getting to the paint and they not even stopping them before they even get to the paint, or they backpedaling. So then what the hell did we get OG and both of them?
Because the guard, I said guards. I didn't say the wing players.
The wing players, but
the guards.
They
wing players.
They flying to the paint on them.
But the wing players, they're doing their job. But when you in a running gun, we mostly talking about Brunson. I'm mostly talking about Brunson. Brunson, he's getting beat way too early. He's not getting over the screens. I mean, he's doing a whole lot of things. At some point, he's trying to.
Josh Hart.
Yeah, but he's trying to play defense.
They
say that, but he's trying to play defense. But he's not a defensive player. That's why we talked a few weeks about nuances. The difference of having Mitch. That Mitch can guard his man and your man just by watching him, because you're not gonna come. When Mitch stunts, that guard he's not turning that corner. He's gonna go the other way, because they know Mitch is gonna be able to alter that shot. It's just a different mindset. Brunson's not getting over screens. A whole lot Brunson ain't doing on it, and that's not knocking on Brunson. He's doing what he's, when we passing guys off, then he's getting caught, and it wasn't last night, but he's getting caught down there on big guys. It happened every game except last night. When we passing his guy off to the next man, and he got to pick up the big guy goes straight to the basket. Now Brunson is down there, with a much bigger guy. Last night, Houston didn't attack that way because they're not being methodical. They just pushing. So this was a lot of stuff that we got to address. And that's something Tibbs had to address in his approach. Because that's never happened before, that the big man just let people come down the lane like that. And they coming over way, way too late. That ain't never happened before. Right. So all that can't be put on Jericho. But at least Jericho is getting the defensive rebounds. I got, listen, it's a work in progress.
Rebound bounce my way. I'm going to get the rebound.
No, they not all bouncing his way. That boy's going up high for the rebound.
He's not getting,
Yeah, he is.
At crucial moments, when he should have got the rebound or he should have been doing something, he's not doing it. His mind ain't even.
Your mind,
his mind ain't even in the game.
You critiquing him away because you just want a Porty so bad.
But at this point, I don't even care. They could trade Hawk Porty, Sims, and OG for Giannis. Now I'm thinking about it because if they're going to play like that, I don't care. If they're going to play like that for the rest of the season,
Joey,
it's going to be a long season.
And now they are.
But that's what I'm saying. It's early in the season.
They have to gel, not just on the offensive end, but on the defensive. Because what is Greek Freak gonna get? What are he gonna do for us? Probably in a close game. What are he gonna do for us? His best asset is going coast to coast.
I don't know.
That's his only asset on the offensive end. Can't shoot. Can't post.
He's better than Jericho.
That don't take no rocket science to say he's better than Jericho. He's one of the top 5 guys in the league. So of course he's better than Jericho. But he's not the answer to our problem.
He's not.
One man is not the answer to our problem.
He's not. But if Tim don't get this thing together, he will be an answer to the problem.
That's a wish list that I don't know who's wishing for it.
No, ain't nobody wishing for it.
Yeah,
I was just thinking, how would this be a trade rumor? Like, what would you have to give up now? Would you be giving up?
But it was mostly a trade rumor before we got.
I'm talking about, a lot of them bring it back. I thought the trade rumor was just the Nets. How the Nets would do it, I don't know.
Well, if Milwaukee's shopping him, then of course New York got to throw see what's out there. Yeah. That's just due diligence. But to say, and I can't even see him. What would he do for the Nets? Like, ain't nothing he could go.
They probably just trying to get picks at this point. Or
I mean, he wouldn't even go to the Nets because what?
I'm talking about
why would I waste my next 2 or 3 years in Brooklyn for? There's nothing to play for in Brooklyn.
Does he got how many years he got left on his contract?
I have no idea, but I can't see him co-signing, going somewhere with no chance of even sniffing playoffs. I mean, there's always a chance, but you know what I mean. Like, what you gonna do? Resurrect?
I don't know. I'm just saying worst case scenario because we see how our offers move. I mean, just the fact that this is even a rumor means it's probably not even gonna happen anyway. But I'm just saying, Tibbs need to figure this out, or I'm probably not gonna care by the middle of the year. Because you gotta
figure it out.
I'm talking about, you gotta figure it out now, and somebody gotta start getting on somebody. Either Brunson.
Listen,
Hart gotta start getting on everybody.
They don't gotta get on nobody. They gotta take self-evaluations of certain times when they're coming down the court, and at certain times, what is the best possible move right now? Which one? Like, now I'm not picking on Brunson. When one time he hoisted up a 3. Another time he just dove into the lane with nowhere to go. In crucial times where we need that bucket, we need the back and forth right now until we can break it open. Call a number. Come down, look at the matchup, call a number. Put somebody where you need them to be, and let's get the best possible shot that way sometimes. Because sometimes coming down the hero ball ain't always working. There was no like trying to get 2 for 1. You just hoisting up a shot where your shot ain't really there tonight. Same thing with Deuce. You get into the lane and you like hoisting up a high arcing shot that you don't need.
Yeah, but I don't know if Brunson's style is that.
Well, I mean
his style is what you just said.
Yeah, but sometimes as the point guard with all these toys you got, you got to play with him right.
Sometimes I don't like the things that Brunson do, but if he do it and he succeed at it, we're gonna praise it. What's the point guard on Houston? what's the name that shot that far three like that? You make
Green?
it. Not Green. Who's the veteran?
Oh yeah. And he So
so he shoots that far three, and he looked like a hero. It keeps them with the lead. He makes it. And Brunson did it and missed it, we on him. But if he make it, he's a hero. Is it a questionable three?
No, it wouldn't have been no hero.
I'm talking about it's a questionable three, but all I'm saying is the things that Brunson do to try to get to the hole and put these players on toes, I don't care about that part. Now, if it just look crazy,
I care about that.
Because that's what he do. He's not the play. He's not Chris Paul. He's not coming down telling you.
No, but
I pass you the ball.
But
if that's the case, he would have told Hart a long time ago.
No,
if I give him the ball out there,
I'm talking about.
Listen, if that was the case,
that's not
when Hart passed up them threes, I'd have been like, yo, shoot it.
No. The case is Mikal Bridges there, OG here, Cat here. What am I gonna run to get the shot I want off counter? Let's get that. You know through the whole course of the game what was working, right? So first thing they say is Brunson's really smart. Brunson figures it out. Okay, right now we need bucket. We don't need a hoist shot. We down three. We bring it to two. We get it to one. Now we could go ahead. Let's go ahead one. Now put them on their heels. They're gonna rap. A young team will rap. Right? What Van Fleet was doing last night. Okay, that was his best game so far this season. In the first 6 games, he couldn't buy a bucket. So all of a sudden now, you see New York, you got the New York media watching. Okay, you boom, boom, boom. I'm just letting it fly. All right, and they were dropping. Same thing with Green, hoisting them shots. That's not what killed you, but that's kind of what beat you because we coming down thinking.
And it's funny because Green, one of the players I feel like fall in the category of
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards, John Morant.
Yeah.
They was on their way, but because their personal life keeps creeping into the NBA or just creeping out there, that they won't show them. Because, I mean, Anthony Edwards more so, they show him more because I guess it wasn't that bad to them. But him, he's another one. Like, his personal antics, or ain't even antics, just his personal life creeps in so much. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but they said they had the last 4 years, they had 4 top 4 picks. And that's counting, I think, the dude that he didn't play last year.
What's his name?
Not Jabari, not Smith. I'm talking about the one that's not there. The one that 2 years ago in the summertime, some girl said he raped him in New York hotel. He would have been that other best player. He's not on their team, Pat, last year and so far this year. He's out of the NBA. So they got a lot of good, one of the Thompson twins. They got a lot of good players on their team. And with the coach they got, you're gonna be one of them good teams that's gonna always be there, but you ain't going nowhere right now. But we could have done some things, even though we didn't play a bad game last night. There's some things we could have done in the chess match to secure the victory, and I had no doubt in my mind until it got to a minute. I had no doubt. I thought we were gonna pull that one out.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna get that, but I'm just being overly critical. I mean, the Jericho thing, I ain't.
That's because you overly critical because you want Haporti so, and I like Haporti
I'm just overly critical.
And I want him to play, but I want him to play and us look for him on the offensive end.
It's not wanting him so bad. I can choose any center over Jericho. I don't care what center we get.
I wouldn't mind if they put him at power forward with Cat, because we need another big guy out.
When the center's out there, power forward center, it don't matter to me.
I'm saying we need 2 bigs out.
You just need 2. That's what I'm saying. You need 2 bigs. Ariel just the only one we got. Precious is hurt. He the only one we got. Play him. Don't play Jericho. Jericho lost out there.
No, you got to play both of them.
Jericho lost out there, but as soon as he did the goaltending, I said, yeah, he lost.
So 24 minutes of the game, 2 bigs should be out there.
The Monstars need to give Jericho his skills back. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'm not saying defending Jericho. I'm just saying that's a coaching thing.
You love Jericho so much.
I don't love Jericho. I'm just saying that we're not getting the
you
best.
You try to throw Ariel on me? No, I don't care.
I like Ariel too.
But I'm saying it could have been. It could have been the other rookie that we had to let go because we couldn't keep him.
Even when we put Ariel out there, we're not using his offensive skill set.
I mean, he was only out there for a total of probably 3 minutes into the season.
Well, for the 3 minutes, we ain't using it. And then there was one game, it was him playing to the whole second half and not Jericho. But we still ain't using it.
Like you said, bro, they probably shopping Jericho. That's why they just leaving him out there. But he ain't doing nothing to me that, unless, like you said, unless they're gonna be throwing him alley-oops and running,
Listen,
See, he ain't doing nothing.
Jericho is never gonna be.
His hair is in the way.
It's not gonna be a 15, 20-point score for us. But you send him somewhere to the right team, especially out west, that's looking for an active body, which he is, that's saying you're allowed to do these things. He can be a 12 to 15-point score for somebody else. He will never be that for the Knicks because Tiz will never give him that kind of free reign to do that. Like he'll never be able to do that.
Man, yeah. There you have it. Once a Knick, always a Knick, Jericho. Come on, y'all. Just come on over to the Knicks. I don't care. If they're gonna play like that, I don't care. Like the Bay's gonna do that.
Nah, we gonna be all right.
OG,
we gonna be all right. I mean, we get this.
Listen, I'm just messing. I'm just frustrated we got that loss. I ain't trying to.
Yeah, and that's the beauty when people say, "Well, y'all Knicks fans, y'all ain't win nothing since Clyde and them." But that's the whole beauty. When people say that, then they don't understand what being a Knicks fan is. Knicks takes you through every emotion in your body, but we sell out every year. That's part of being the lure of the Knicks. Every game means something.
Because I'm still 100% on the fan side when it comes to this. Sometimes in your brain, it's just simple. Like, I understand it's the NBA, but just keep it simple. Like, why y'all, like, come on. OG, you gonna need some footwear, because if you get hurt doing a simple layup, listen, I might strangle you. The way you go for layups, my boy, relax. It's the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that was kind of rough. Yeah,
like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, this don't gotta be rocket science.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mikael Bridges, we told you to fix that damn jumper. Don't change the jumper now that you come to
the jumper look good.
No, it look good. And see what happened? When you listen to the fans, just do it. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
It looked good.
Why look so crazy?
We should have been going to that jumper more last night.
Like, yeah, he probably wanted to, but he's probably so much thinking about being a scorer.
Yeah, but
he just trying. Yeah, he's shooting it, but he wheeling and dealing like Cloud was saying. You trying to score? No, just shoot the ball.
Nah, he was shooting it. I gotta give it.
Hard.
Last couple of games, he been shooting.
You were trying to find your way. You found your way. Just shoot the ball. I don't care if you miss. Just let them know that you're gonna pull it. Like, just shoot the ball.
Yeah, he passed up too many threes.
Jericho, braid your hair. Get your hair out the way. Braid your hair. And if you're not gonna do nothing else, then be annoying like Dylan Brooks. Knock somebody down every game, just for the hell of it. I don't care. And if not, some of y'all gonna have to go and let my man Antetokounmpo come to the Knicks.
Stay with you.
I mean, listen, it's a rumor, but that's my guy. I like Antetokounmpo. He don't care about no other superstar. He gonna tell him, you gonna train with LeBron? He gonna be like, what? LeBron, and bring your brother over here to play some garbage minutes. We'll take
both of them.
We'll take them and send Obi with his brother in the Pacers.
Oh, hell no.
Well, we're going to send Top to the Pacers.
Nah, we're going
to take Giannis' brother, and we're going to start him. Yeah, right. Nah, I'm not playing with that.
Bump your head.
All right. That's another episode. Get us out of here.
House not on fire. We're going to be all right. All right? We're a work in progress.
You got a fire extinguisher?
We're going to figure it out, and we're going to get it together.
Please.
Till next time.